And obviously you can see we are joined by Russell Martin, the manager this year. Can you reflect on the season last year, Russell?
Yeah, it's been, how long have we got? It's been a season of huge change, I think. It's been, I feel like we've almost had like 3 stages to the season really. The start of the season, the team was, we had a lot of players who weren't quite ready to start. Scotty came in late, Cammy obviously signed late, Richard Keogh was injured, but we knew we had to get him into the team as quickly as possible. We needed some of his experience. Dean Lewington playing in a position we knew he wasn't going to play in for the rest of the season in the middle, but doing a brilliant job for us. And the performances were really good at the start. We just weren't, the results didn't reflect the performances really. I don't think we were quite ready mentality-wise to dominate games how we were doing. I don't think the lads were quite used to it or didn't enjoy it as much as they should have, and the performances probably, as I said, the results didn't reflect some of the performances, so it was frustrating. Then we had the guys that came in, Scotty and Richard and Cammy made a big difference, and we started picking up a few results, and it was looking like we were making a bit of progress, but still a lot of frustration around some of the results we were getting, and that sort of followed through to January. Really had a good run, then a really poor one. And then Plymouth was kind of a turning point really, because it was I felt really low after that game. It was I was having a tough time anyway with my dad passing away and things like that, but we'd gone from such a brilliant performance at Charlton to then such a flat one within a couple of weeks at Plymouth, and it was really frustrating. It was tough. That was a tough one to take, and we had a really honest conversation, and then from there on in we picked up. We really improved over the Christmas period. It was great. And obviously January brought a lot of change again in terms of personnel, and then it felt like more our team, more our squad, the guys, a lot of young players. We lost David throughout that as well. David Kasumi to an injury, which didn't help us because he was one of our best players up to that point, no doubt. And then they've just grown really. Again, we had a sticky period in the middle of that where I guess we got worked out a little bit by teams, or teams were starting to really do a lot of work to play against us, and different to what we were watching in the games previously, so we had to find more solutions to problems, and then since then the guys have been outstanding. They've really kicked on. Again, some of the performances, I think starting at Blackpool really, where we lost, but performance gave us a lot of hope about how they were playing for the future, and then since then they've been outstanding. They've really grown as a group, their togetherness, considering of what we had to deal with COVID as well, and not probably had they've not been able to be as close as they would do physically and go out for meals, etc., all that stuff to help players settle in, but they've settled brilliantly, and it gives us a lot of excitement for the future, the way we finish the season, or hopefully the last couple of games as well, the way we will finish, has made everyone feel a little bit frustrated at some of the points that we've lost, because we could have been there or thereabouts, but at the same time I think when you take a step back, it's been a season of huge progress, of big improvement, and a lot of guys who are going to be so much better off for this experience, and they've been learning on the job really, in league football, which is tough.
I think the players have obviously had to, I suppose, stick together in these real difficult times, and you just touched upon not being able to go out for meals, not being able to bring the wives along, children, to mingle, because it's really, really important. But from your own personal development, first managerial year finished, or coming towards an end, what have you learnt?
A lot, about myself. I think we're just trying to refine the process all the time. I'm pleased with so much this year of what the players have done. I'm really proud of the team and all the staff, and how the culture is so collective. So I'm really proud of what we built, and that's not tangible for people who are not outside of it. They see the results are the only tangible thing. So, but for us, the way it feels, I'm really proud of the way the players are just completely staunch in their belief in what we're doing and the process. They respect the process and trust it. I think, the thing that I've learned the most is I really trust the players. I really trust the people I'm working with. And all the time I'm just trying to learn as much as I can about how I can improve communication, being clear in the vision for the team, delegating to the people who are brilliant at what they do. And I think that's, hopefully, it's one of the strengths we have, is that people feel really empowered and trusted to do their job. It's my job just to keep doing that and making sure we sign the right people and we bring the right people into the club that are just going to add to that, really.
So Russ, it's obviously extremely difficult for the fans at the moment. They don't see all the hard work that goes on downstairs in the offices, hours on end, these discussions that you have, I know you have. But how important is it now to welcome the fans back to the stadium so they can start seeing the sort of the fruits of all that work?
It's something we've been really conscious of this year. We've tried really hard to engage and stay connected to the supporters, because they've been a huge part of what we're doing, because it is different. The way we're trying to do things is definitely different at this level, in terms of the way that the guys are playing on the pitch, and you can see that with some of the goals they've scored, some of the performances, some of the stats that back that up. And you know, the club have been superb in the season ticket offer next year. £10 a game to come and watch football, and hopefully really enjoyable football. I think we've had a lot of messages of support.
Bargain.
Yeah, exactly, it is. And I think also it's different. It's different to what other teams are doing, there's no doubt about it. And that's why I'm so proud of this group. And you're right, it takes a lot of hard work. And some of the guys, especially away from home, would have benefited from not having fans away from home, not here. I think it would be amazing to have them here. But the guys were really learning on the job and experiencing this level of football for the first time. You know, people like Warren, Harry's first season at this level, Andrew Fisher. It's maybe helped them to not. So their next challenge is to do it with an hostile away crowd shouting at them and trying to stay calm and do what we want to do with that. So that'll be a really exciting, interesting challenge. But here especially, the support's been incredible back in the way we do things. I know it's become a little motto about trust the process, but we're really process driven downstairs. As you said, there's a lot of hours of conversation, a lot of work, and we're quite consistent with it because we have real clarity in where we want to get to. And I hope that next season people can come knowing what they're going to see from their team. We have a real identity, knowing they're going to see the players trying to be brave, and I think they'll really back them. Last year they did it during a relegation battle. It was incredible the way the supporters got with it, and that helped us massively, because it would have been so easy for them to look at it, especially after losing my first four games in charge, for them to get really nervous and make it harder for the players. But the supporters were incredible. So I'm disappointed not being able to see the team grow this year, and some of the stuff, you know, and I'm sure we've had lots of numbers watching on iFollow, but it's not the same. It's not the same. You know, you've been to some of the games, and without them, it's just nowhere near the same. And it's really hard to create atmosphere, give the boys energy. I think of the Peterborough game here, where they were here, the energy they gave their team, and the way we finished the game. You know, that just summed it up really, how much of a difference they can make. So we're really excited to have them back next season, and can't wait. And hopefully they'll enjoy and feel as proud as I do watching our team, and hopefully we can improve and get even better for them.
So that's only going to be a positive in my eyes. You know, having the home fans here to support this team is only going to make them play better. It's going to give them that extra little edge. Just tell us a little bit about your own aims and ambitions for next season, not just personally, but collectively as a team.
Yeah, I think I genuinely don't hold any personal aims, because I see my aim is the team's aim, is our goal as a club. So the aim, I think, is improvement again. I think what we're doing now is setting the bar quite high for ourselves, and making sure we have to improve on next season. I'm not going to head into it. I think behind the scenes the players will decide with us in a conversation in pre-season, the group that we have together, what they want to do, how they want to do it, where they want to go, and they'll set their own targets, no doubt about it. But it will be to improve, it will be to progress, and the higher up we finish this season, the tougher it becomes next season. But it's brilliant. That's what we want. We want challenge. We want to grow, and hopefully we're able to do that again next year. And I'm sure with the amount of hard work, the amount of experience they've put in this year, the mentality of the group, the way that's changed, that next season it will stand us in really good stead. But also next season there can be teams desperate to stop us and desperate to beat us, because they would have felt how it feels to play against the players this season. So they are making it tougher for themselves, but in a really good way, in a really positive way, and I'm looking forward to that next year.
So thank you for joining us. I cannot wait to start coming and watching more games next season.